Hello everyone. I don't usually do this, but I'm at my final straw. I can't keep quiet about this and it's clear it isn't going to be fixed. I'm hoping to explain this and I hope you understand why you shouldn't do this. Y'all should be a bit familiar with Sheep Animations and Misty Firefox. They were guest appearances in my Valentine's Day special. Well, we're back with some concerning stuff coming from Sheep, and Misty being a pushover and letting this happen. Even when she told me that she would put her foot down. I did make a community post about this a while back, but it wasn't the best detailed and could be taken out of context. So we're doing it in a proper video explanation. Before we do that, we need some context first. First, how me, Sheep, and Misty met. I met Sheep before Misty. He randomly mentioned me in a video and that's how I found him. I would meet Misty later on, but it would be much later on before we actually start interacting. I found Sheep's content to be a little odd, but I didn't say much because he was very small when I found him. The first red flag of Sheep's weird behavior happened in this video, where Sheep has me blushing at the end. However, I brushed this off due to the fact I thought it was a simple mistake.
You serious?
But it only got worse from there. My friend, Night Cloud, was the first to speak about this behavior. I noticed it as well, but I kept giving Sheep the benefit of the doubt. Even when I thought it was improving, it would just return in a different form. Like taking a step forward and then taking 3 steps back. That's the brief history of me, Sheep, and Misty. I won't go into details because we would be here all day. Now, to the problem. This issue started around September 11th, 2022, with this video being the start of it all. It looks innocent at first, and you be right. Back then Sheep did things subtly and would give off mixed signals about him and Misty. This was a good strategy for hiding this behavior. At that time, I wasn't aware of Sheep's or Misty's age, so I didn't think too much of it. If I knew their ages beforehand, I would have said something. However, the real kicker came from this video about the next generation of YouTubers, where Sheep and Misty have kids, and me and this other person are the step-parents and aunt-uncle of these kids.
What? What the fuck?
Why didn't I say anything about this? I'm such an idiot. Anyways, this would continue on in videos. The videos weren't constant, and Sheep used this AU for most of these videos. But before long, Sheep posted this video about him and Cloud having to confess their feelings to their crushes, which are their best friends. This confirms that Sheep has feelings for Misty, and Misty didn't do anything about it. Now, it makes sense to think that Misty might have not known what to do at the time. However, I still feel like she still could have said something or given a hint that she wasn't okay with it. This would go on for a bit more. In typical Sheep fashion, he would label them as besties, just to make sure no one caught on. Again, he was being subtle and giving off mixed signals. Finally, he posted a confession video to confess his feelings to Misty. Of course, Misty politely rejected him. He takes it hard but eventually accepts it and stays friends with Misty. I wish that was the end. However, this is only the beginning. The strange videos did stop. There's one video about that stupid next generation YouTubers AU, but thankfully it was only one. Everything is fine. There was still some suspicious stuff, but it wasn't like before. There were times he put it as a joke that he really liked his friends. This was a joke, so me and Cloud let it slide. Then this video came. After a while of probably hiding this, Sheep makes this video, where him and Misty are acting like a couple and they even kiss.
Why?
Keep in mind this is a 14-year-old making a video about him dating a 17-year-old. Sheep stated that Misty suggested this video idea. However, I don't think she suggested all of this. Misty didn't comment on the video, but I have no doubt that she saw it. I believe Sheep took this as a sign that Misty was okay with it and kept going. He continues this straightforwardness up until the New Year's video. Around this time, me and Cloud were talking about this situation and I decided to say something for once. I made my community post and Cloud shared it on their channel. As I said earlier, it wasn't the best detailed. I didn't have a lot of time to write it. It was New Year for God's sake. After that, Sheep would make multiple apology videos. I couldn't forgive him at the time because there was still some uneasiness and other things. So, things went on as before. However, things psych. I wouldn't be here if that were the case. First, Sheep posted a video about him adopting a child named Molly. Later on, Molly would meet Misty. Then she agrees to be Molly's adopted mother. This is the start of the Molly family. Now, I didn't think much of it because you can have a platonic relationship and have a family. I thought it was cute. Molly is adorable as well. But we all know where this is heading. Sheep would make an apology note to me. I guess to see if I was ready to forgive him. I wasn't because there were more questions than answers. We'll talk about that later. What started the ticking time bomb again was this video, where a little blush is added to Misty and Sheep. Subtle and giving mixed signals. Wait a minute. We're back here again. I commented on that video too, but it seems Sheep didn't understand it. Oh well. This continued for a tiny bit before, what finally pushed me to make this video. The Molly family Valentine's Day video. This was the final straw for me. It was clear Sheep wasn't going to change. He had some weird obsession or something with Misty. He really said, "Third time is a charm." I'm done with him at this point. He has no idea that he could be putting Misty in danger. I fear people will think Misty is a groomer or something and attack her. What's worse than getting hate for your actions than watching someone you care about getting hate for your actions? I'm not saying that Sheep won't get hate. However, Misty would get more hate than Sheep because she's the older one in this situation, making it seem like she wanted to hide this relationship from everyone, including her audience. This is sad how Sheep doesn't care about the consequences. He is so invested in this obsession that he has no idea what he's doing. But I'm not the only one who thinks this. My friend, Cloud, feels the same. If you don't believe me, then listen for yourself.
Hey Night, Cloud here joining Dark. In this video, about the problem with Sheep's animations and Misty Firefox. So you've heard Dark's explanation and take on what's currently happening. As Dark said earlier in the vid, about not usually doing this. I don't usually do this either, cause I don't like getting involved in drama. Since it's like putting oil in fire, it's just gonna turn into a bigger mess. But we couldn't sit idly anymore with Sheep's behavior. First, just like Dark, I'll explain how I met them. I first met Sheep a couple months ago, when he suddenly mentioned me on a video remaking my Awk. Which was sorta weird too, me since we have never talked before. At the time I haven't watched Sheep's videos yet, so I hadn't seen his tendencies to make questionable videos. Until a few weeks later, for Misty, it was just a coincidence, since I was watching gacha videos and found her channel. It was a few weeks later that I found out Sheep liked Misty. I didn't think much about it at first, cause I didn't know their ages yet. I found out a bit later when Sheep made a video of them kissing on the lips. Friends don't kiss like that. That was the only problem I had at the time, and I don't think Misty gave permission either. But Sheep still claimed they were just besties. So when I consulted Dark, she told me they were ages apart. And after doing some digging through comments, I found out Misty did request a video from Sheep to give her chocolates. But Sheep made a video of them kissing. Misty was pretty clear, but she made something different. We let it be and just stayed watch to see if Sheep would continue. And he did. He continued to make suggestive videos of Misty. So with that, we talked about it on our community posts to make them both realize what they were doing wrong. And to be expected, both Sheep and Misty saw it and commented their answers on it. Sheep's reaction was unexpected and unnecessary. He started getting out of control and saying something irrelevant when all we asked of him was to not make it seem like he and Misty were dating, because it was misleading and will cause trouble for himself and Misty. It also somewhat shows that he didn't want to stop because he's obsessed with Misty. As for Misty herself, she told us she'd be putting her foot down now, but the fact that we're here is saying something, isn't it? And with her not putting her foot down, it's making Sheep think what he's doing is alright. So he continues making suggestive videos, thinking Misty is fine with it. Sheep has an unhealthy obsession with Misty, as seen from everything we pointed out in this video. Sheep even started calling Misty his love at some point, almost every time he commented on a video of hers. And Misty allowed it, like it was fine, and let Sheep call her that. It went for a long while, but he stopped now. After that fiasco, I started just watching them from the shadows, just to make sure it didn't go further and cause problems. Totally not weird. Seriously, no. I usually wouldn't have noticed things between GAKatubers or pay any attention. But if there's one thing I hate so much, it's friends who act like couples. Or a person who is suggestive, but says they're just friends. Anyway, from doing that, I have seen how Sheep talks to Misty in her comment section. And it's really obvious how much he clings to her, more than a normal person would with their best friends. He would constantly be sad around her, hug her every chance he gets, cling to her as if she's the only friend he has, constantly tell her he loves her, and talks to her in a suggestive manner. From going through comments to comments, I saw Sheep mention it was Misty's idea to start the Morley family. So with how Misty suggested it, and even said he should definitely continue it, Sheep took every chance to make a Morley family video subtly. He was being subtle about it, but he makes more Morley family videos than anything. Even when he wasn't doing well, he wanted to make a Morley video about it. It's possible he obsesses over Misty to the point of just doing it secretly with this kinds of videos. I didn't want to get involved, but continuing to see it made my blood boil. No matter how many times me and Dark tell Sheep to stop with the suggestive behavior, he just doesn't understand. Or actually, he doesn't want to, because that would mean giving up on Misty. I'm not saying it's only Sheep's fault. It's also partly Misty's fault for letting it happen and not putting her foot down and encouraging Sheep, which he uses to make subtle videos. Of course, we noticed those subtle videos, which is why we're here now, in this stupid moment. It's gonna cause trouble for him and Misty. Mostly Misty, because as Dark said, she's the older one in the situation, even though it was Sheep who made those videos in the first place. If this video doesn't stop Sheep from practically being all over Misty, then nothing will except Misty herself putting her foot down. Sheep's behavior is always directed towards Misty the most, and it's just not normal. We showed evidence, so there's no denying that everything we said is true, right? If some people don't see that, then their eyes are more bad than mine. Last but not the least, a month ago, I saw a comment on Sheep's video that shocked me while I was reading it. It was related to Sheep's behavior. I of course took a screenshot for future uses such as this one, if I ever got the chance. Still not weird, nope. But just a few hours after the comment was posted, it suddenly vanished, and I came to the conclusion Sheep deleted it. I do have reason to believe why that is, because that comment was the rave for 5 hours before it just vanished. And we all know that YouTube deletes comments almost immediately if it decides to. And it was only comments relating to Sheep's behavior that was deleted, and I believe it's cause Sheep didn't want others to see it. But I'll let Mommy Dark talk about that comment and its contents.
See? I'm not the only one who thinks this. As you can see, Sheep's behavior also extends into the comments as well. However, as of recently, he had to stop replying to comments on his own videos because of a real-life situation. But he still comments on other people's videos and posts just fine. But that's not important right now. Before we end this video, I have a few things to mention. First, that comment that Cloud mentioned. This is the comment. It popped up on Sheep's New Year video. After being up for a few hours, it was gone. Sheep either removed, blocked the user, or deleted it. YouTube deletes comments almost immediately, so we can say that it wasn't YouTube being drunk this time. We also can say that the user themselves didn't delete it because what would be the reason to do so? A comment like this doesn't just pop up randomly. It's clear that Sheep did something in the past that was similar to this, but he doesn't want anyone to find out. We all have pasts we're not proud of, but it's clear Sheep didn't learn his lesson from this past experience. However, we don't have any evidence to prove of that past experience besides this comment. So, we can't confirm nor disprove the statement this comment made. For now, we're leaving it like this. We do have some thoughts about what this could mean, but they're just thoughts. And this is what I meant by more questions than answers. I know if I was able to ask Sheep about this one-on-one in a private talk, not in the YouTube comments, he wouldn't be truthful about it. I don't blame Sheep for not having any socials where we could talk one-on-one. My best friend has the same problem. So, I'm not going to blame him for something he can't control. However, that's the only thing I can say that he's innocent of. Now, to finish this. In conclusion, don't do this. This isn't good behavior and it shouldn't be encouraged or allowed. Sheep's behavior goes beyond what he's doing to Misty. Like getting upset at being ignored in active live chat. He said that he would turn into the Sheep Reich if he kept getting ignored. You can take that as whatever you want. I'm just so done with this. I've given Sheep many second chances and the benefit of the doubt multiple times. I can't keep defending someone like this any longer. My patience has reached its limit. So Sheep, don't even bother commenting or making a video about this. There's nothing you can say that will change our minds. Also, stop mentioning my best friend in your videos. It's annoying her, and it would be weird and awkward for you to keep mentioning her. Also, that part in my Valentine's Day special wasn't me ignoring you. It was me showing my disappointment in you. And Misty, you're partially responsible for this as well. However, we only blame you for not keeping your word. Everything else is innocent, and it's Sheep who turned your video suggestions into these suggested videos. They are subtle and might be hard to see at times. But look a little closer and you can see it. I'm disappointed in you, but you're mostly a victim in this. Also, there is something called being too nice to people. You can't be nice to everyone and you have to put your foot down sometimes. Me and Cloud have done it before. Did we like it? No. But it was necessary. Just because Sheep is a friend of yours doesn't mean he gets a free pass to do this. Anyways, this is the end of this crazy train ride. At least for me and Cloud. We don't want to deal with this any longer. We just want to make content we enjoy for our channels. So, this is the last and final time we will talk about this. Thank you for sticking to the end. We hope you have a good understanding of this situation. Anyways, that's all from us. This is Dark and Cloud, signing off.